Have you recently changed jobs or are you transitioning into retirement and you're unsure of what to do with your old 401k? Should you leave it with your former employer? Should you roll it into an IRA? Or should you consider other options? In this video, I'm going to break down the pros and cons to the different options that you have, as well as where fees and stock market volatility come to play. My name is Amanda Ryba, and I've been helping families transition out of outdated retirement accounts and into strategies that actually serve them and help protect and grow their money for nearly a decade. I've seen how fees and stock market volatility can eat away hundreds of thousands of dollars in people's portfolios. So today, we're going to go over your options. Let's dive in. Option 1, leave your money with your old employer. What's the pros of that? It's super convenient. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to change any investments. You can literally walk away from your job and leave it alone. But what's the cons? If you leave your 401k with your old employer, it's still in your employer's name, which means it's still an employer-sponsored benefit plan. So if anything did happen to that company and it were to go under or go bankrupt, your 401k goes too. You also have very limited investment choices. They'll usually give you about 15 different mutual funds to choose from. You also don't have a lot of control because the company essentially dictates how and when you access your money. They could put blackout dates in at certain points, meaning you can't get to your money when you need it the most. You also don't typically have access to any personal investment advice. Don't typically have an investment advisor or a financial professional associated with your 401k that you can ask questions to. And of course, the high plan fees. 401ks are not free. Most Americans are shocked to find that when they retire, the fees inside their 401k has eroded up to 30 to 50% of their retirement dollars over time. Option number 2, roll it into an IRA. What's the pros of that? It's a lot more flexible. You have a lot more control of what's happening inside that account. And you also have a ton more investment options. You get to choose from the best the industry has to offer, not just what your company selected to go into your 401k. It also makes it easier for consolidation. So if you have a few different old 401ks or IRAs, you can consolidate all of them into one IRA account. And IRAs are also liquid for you after the age of 59 and a half. So if you're getting closer to that point or you're already past that age, essentially that money is liquid. You'll just have to pay taxes upon withdrawal. But what's the cons? You're still invested in the stock market. Essentially, that means that you're going to have to ride the wave, or you're going to have to go into more conservative investments to ensure as you get closer to retirement that you don't lose money. And unfortunately, there's still fees with IRAs. There's no such thing as a free investment account. You've got management fees, you've got fund fees, you've got transaction costs. There's a lot of fees that go into managing a financial portfolio that's invested in the market. And a lot of people are shocked to see how much these fees can erode away their retirement dollars over time. Now, there's also option 3, which is one that most people don't even think about because they're not even aware that this stuff exists. But you could consider rolling that old 401k into a fixed indexed annuity. Now, this would ideally be suitable for somebody past the age of 45. Really, 50 and up is the sweet spot. But what are the pros? Well, you can earn interest alongside the stock market, but with zero downside risk. What that means is no more losing money. The company that has your money is going to take on all the risk, and they'll give you the growth of the market up to a certain level or potentially a cap. So the way I explain it is you get access to the growth of the market when it's doing well, but with zero downside risk or fear of losing money. There is also the ability to add what's called an income for life rider, which means when you do transition into retirement, you can flip this switch and get a guaranteed paycheck for as long as you live. You'll never run out of money. Some of these accounts are giving big, juicy bonuses right now for opening them up. I just helped a client in Southern California get a 21% bonus on his money day 1 for opening up this account, getting deposited immediately into his account. And they can also be structured with absolutely zero fees, which means it's a dollar for dollar transfer in. If you have $100,000 in your 401k, you roll that into an FI, it's $100,000 going in. No fees charging you to maintain this account moving forward. It just grows over time. Now, there is one big con that comes alongside of fixed index annuities, and it's the fact that they are a long-term account. They're not immediately liquid. Think of them like a bank CD, but kind of on steroids because the money will actually grow. But your money is on a contract for a certain amount of time, maybe 5, 7, 10 years. And during that time, you don't have access to the full amount of money that's growing inside that plan. That's what allows you to be able to get the growth without the risk of the market when it goes negative. Now, in exchange for the amount of time that the company has your money, they give you all of these benefits. But that basically means it's not immediately liquid. That's why I'd say it's best suited for people 45, 50 and up. You do have the ability to immediately pensionize them and start taking an income stream out. And a lot of them do give you access to a 10% free withdrawal per year without any penalty. but it's just important to note that they're not immediately accessible. Okay, so here's a recap of the big picture. If you leave your money with your 401k, while that might seem like the easy choice to do, you're very limited on your options, you don't have any control, and you're stuck with those high plan fees. If you roll your money into an IRA, it gives you the control, but you're still stuck with the high plan fees and the stock market volatility that you had with the 401k. Now, if you roll your money into a fixed indexed annuity, that's going to give you the growth with the safety and the guaranteed income with very little to no fees. But again, the money is not immediately easily accessible. I personally recommend connecting with a licensed financial professional that can help navigate you through which of these 3 options makes the most sense for you and your goals for your money. If you'd like to work with me, you can click the link in my bio to do that. But make sure you click these 2 videos here if you want to learn more about any of the options that we talked about today. And of course, subscribe because I don't want you to miss another video teaching you about the options you have with your money. So I'll see you back here next week on YouTube.